So welcome to Howie Kurtz from Newsweek and the Daily Download. How you doing?
Great, Sharon.
Good. We figured out our tech problems. Now let's talk about the news of the week. So this week we've had Obama back in Los Angeles talking to celebrities and his Hollywood friends, raising money, doing a gay and lesbian event. But this is not playing well with everybody, according to you. What do you think about Obama using celebrities so prominently in his reelection campaign?
Well, he seems to be relying so heavily on the likes of Sarah Jessica Parker, who just made an ad for the Obama campaign, and George Clooney. I must have gotten 10 emails directly from Barack Obama saying, you can win a dinner at Clooney's house. And at a time when, so many Americans are struggling and the economy is in the toilet, it just feels a little, elitist.
Right, and that plays right into what Romney's been trying to say about it. It's kind of funny that Romney gets to brand Obama as the elite in this race. But, I mean, honestly, he's also gotten a lot of benefit out of the celebrities. First of all, that George Clooney dinner raised a ton of money, like $15 million for his campaign,
Yep.
most of it from small contributions from people wanting to come to dinner. And the Sarah Jessica thing, I mean, do you think it's possible, actually, that it could hurt him more than it helps him? I mean, I have to think that it helps him.
Well, it certainly helps him raise money, no question about that. And everybody knows that Obama likes hanging out with the Hollywood glitterati. Maybe not as much as Bill Clinton did. We'll talk about Clinton in a moment. But I just think there's just been too much emphasis on it. You only kind of get to drive one message during the static that surrounds a presidential campaign. If that message is about Sarah Jessica Parker and George Clooney, then he's not talking about how he's going to fix the economy, which, of course, is Romney's main issue.
Let's talk about the other issue that is dominating the news this morning out on your coast of the country, which is these national security leaks. So Obama came out today and he's denouncing leaks in the newspaper regarding national security. Talk about this, and what's your take on this?
Well, these are two big New York Times stories. The first one was, and they both made the Obama administration look good, by the way, which is why there's a certain suspicion that the administration itself might be whispering in reporters' ears. The first one in the New York Times was about the president targeting suspected terrorists on a so-called kill list. The second one was about cyber warfare against Iran's nuclear program. And Obama today came out very strong. He said it was offensive to suggest that the administration would be leaking. But in fact, some of these details about what the president said in the Situation Room would be impossible to get without some cooperation from some administration.
Right. Wasn't there a tweet from, I can't recall who, somebody, former administration official saying, fantastic story, but whoever was the source on it ought to be fired?
Well, they may be more than fired because there's a couple of investigations gearing up now, one in the Senate, one in the FBI. But we went through this with the Bush administration, which also loudly decried and denounced leaks. And it turned out in certain instances, you remember the Valerie Plame CIA leak case, it was the administration officials themselves who were putting out information when it was in their interest to do so. There's always a lot of hypocrisy that surrounds these leak cases. And, of course, reporters can't reveal their sources, but they love to get the inside information if they can.
Well, of course we love to get the leaks, but it's also timed very well during a week when he had a bad jobs report too, and probably welcomes something that reminds everybody that on his foreign policy record he's very strong, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the other thing going on this week is we had Bill Clinton out there stumping for the Obama campaign, but he's not necessarily staying on message. What's going on with that?
Yeah, Clinton keeps wandering off the script. First, he had nice things to say about Romney's time at Bain Capital at a time when the Obama campaign was advertising against Bain Capital and the job losses caused in some of those corporate takeovers. And then Clinton goes on CNBC and he says he thinks that the Bush tax cuts should be extended for a while. Totally undercuts the president's message. I was over at the White House talking to Dan Pfeiffer, the communications director, who said to me, no, they have the exact same position. Well, you know what happened,
right.
Sharon? There were furious calls back and forth. Clinton put out a statement walking it back. The Obama campaign claimed that he hadn't really deviated from the message. Then Bill Clinton went on CNN and said he was very sorry. The former president is a tremendous campaigner, but you never know what you're going to get. I mean, he's not the most disciplined politician around.
Well, he used to be much more disciplined as a politician, if not in other areas. But it's funny because he made that comment, that first comment about Bain on CNN on Piers Morgan when the Weinstein Company's very own Harvey Weinstein, movie mogul, now turned TV host, was hosting, and he invited Bill Clinton on to be his guest, no doubt to, get some ratings and help his friend, the President Obama, and then it ended up being this little off-message thing that had its own little ripple in the media.
I knew there'd be a Hollywood angle. And did they go out drinking afterwards?
I don't have the inside scoop on that, but I know that if we have Harvey Weinstein there every week, I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Bill Clinton on CNN. They're very good pals.
Well, reporters love this Obama versus Clinton psychodrama because you can always get into this. Is this really a secret plot on Bill's behalf?
Right.
Hurt Obama because he's mad about 2008. He wants Hillary to run in 2016. All of which is sheer hot air beltway speculation, but it's a lot of fun. Yes,
the Machiavellian calculations and the passive aggressive nature of all of this. But it's in Clinton's interest to see Obama reelected, and hence his wife too. So I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting to watch this.
Agree with you on that.
Yeah. Thanks, Howie. It's a very interesting week.
Thank you.
Take care.